Hi everybody. This week I was reading through the Old Testament and I discovered again the book of Ruth. Now I know many of us have read it and enjoyed it over the years, but this week I read it again and I read it all the way through, and by the time I was at the end I felt absolutely full with some sort of sense of excitement at the possibilities of going out and putting into practice what I had heard Ruth do. Now, just for those of us who don't know the story, Naomi was a lady with a husband who went to Moab to live because Israel was poor at the time. She had 2 sons. They married 2 Moabitesses, but unfortunately sickness claimed her husband and her 2 sons. So there were 3 widows standing together on the roadside contemplating coming back to Israel. Naomi told the girls they could go. One did and one didn't, and her name was Ruth. It was so interesting that a Moabitess would attach herself to an older widow lady who wasn't in a great state of mind. She just lost 3 family members, and there were no great possibilities by going back with Naomi to Israel. But this girl made an incredible commitment. And she made the commitment to the God of Israel and to Naomi. And then she lived it out. She went to look after Naomi, and one day she decided to get up and work in the fields. And what was so exciting and inspiring to me about this is that she put somebody else's interests before her own. And her reputation had already gone far and abroad as somebody who was caring for her mother-in-law. I just want to inspire us to enjoy the fullness of putting somebody else's interests before our own. This girl, because of that commitment and her action, actually opened up a doorway of incredible blessing from God. She found a husband, she had a child who grew up to be the great-grandfather of David, the king of Israel. She did not know that day when she made that commitment to the God of Israel and to Naomi, that she was going to be used in such a powerful way. So I want to challenge us. You know, with COVID, I've never before heard the government, the media, advertisements, all talking about caring for one another ever to such an extent as I have at this time. There's this prompting to look after the vulnerable, to the elderly, to the weak, and it's kind of nice when you hear our culture actually resorting to considering others and to thinking about others. But I want to challenge us that we can experience the fullness of God by actually putting our interests before somebody else's. That means effort, energy, time, sometimes, to find out what a person's needs are and to find out what it would be like to be in that person's shoes. Consider what it would be like to be in another person's shoes and to give them consideration. When I finished the book, this sense of motivation and quickening came on me, and I wanted to rush to go and do something for somebody else. And isn't that what the Word of God is supposed to do for us? Challenge us so that we can go and do. So I just wanted to bring that up to us today because it's a common thing to preach about, but it's something that has to go on and on. So I'm trusting today that you will so enjoy this opportunity to bless others, to bless the weak and the needy all around you. Thank you.